Hello, everyone. As part of today's session, we will talk about using Data Lakehouse to load and transfer data from your MailChimp source into your Snowflake target warehouse. So let's assume that you have a scenario where you have your marketing data, your marketing funnel, your sales funnel, your marketing analytics all loaded in MailChimp, and you want to move it into a centralized warehouse, either in BigQuery or Snowflake, so that you have all your data in one single place, and that will help you for your analytics and your centralized warehouse and reporting and so on. So Data Lakehouse can help you to connect MailChimp and transfer data from MailChimp into your centralized location in Snowflake. So let's log into app.datalakehouse.io. This is what your dashboard looks like. On the left, you see a connections tab. The first step is to set up sources. We click on sources, and on the right, you can see the list of all sources that you can use to connect Data Lakehouse with. You can do a quick check, a quick search on MailChimp, and you can see that it gives you the option to add a new source from MailChimp. For sake of convenience, I've already created a MailChimp source and pre-filled some values. So once you click on add a new source, you should have a screen something like this where you have to first specify the name and the alias of your source. So you have to give a logical name. In this case, I've given MailChimp underscore production. You've got to specify a target schema. A target schema is essentially the schema in Snowflake into which Data Lakehouse will load the source MailChimp data into a schema, which in this scenario it'll be MailChimp underscore source underscore load schema in Snowflake. So you've got to give a schema name where you want Data Lakehouse to load your data into. And next, you've got to reauthorize your connection. So essentially, you have to log in with your MailChimp credentials, and you've got to log in and authorize your connection with MailChimp, allow, and you are set to load data from your MailChimp instance as a source. The next set, the next part of the setup is to go and set up your target. So in this scenario, it's going to be Snowflake, but you can also specify BigQuery as a target. Again, for sake of convenience, I've pre-filled the value of Snowflake target. The first step is to give a name to your Snowflake target here. In the account URL, just be sure that you specify the entire URL name. So it has to be HTTPS, the account number, .snowflakecomputing.com. 443 is a port that we generally use to connect with Snowflake. You've got to specify a database into which the data will be loaded into, specify the warehouse that will be used for the data load, and specify the user that Data Lakehouse will use to connect with Snowflake. And that's the role assigned to DLH underscore test. So that's the role you want to assign to your Data Lakehouse user in Snowflake. And we want Data Lakehouse to connect with Snowflake using username password method. Once you've pre-filled all the information, once you do a save and test, Data Lakehouse would run all the tests to make sure that your connection with Snowflake has successfully gone through, and if everything goes well through, there will be a green box indicating that the Snowflake connection has been tested and it's stable. In case if this fails, there will be an error message that's returned from Snowflake, whether your user password is not matching or whether your user password is needs to be reset, whatever it is, that would be sent back from Snowflake and will be displayed here. Once that's done, we've got to go and set up a sync bridge. So as you see, I've already set up a sync bridge, but I will just talk about the steps that are required to set up a sync bridge. So we click a new sync bridge. You've got to give a name to it. So in this scenario, let's give a name called MailChimp Sync Bridge 2. We choose our source connection, which is MailChimp production that we discussed how to create that. Then we talk about Snowflake target. You want to choose the sync time zone. We generally choose UTC first to make sure that all the loads are standard across multiple locations. You can choose a sync frequency. For now, we've got support for frequency at an hourly level, but we very soon plan to release support for every 30 minutes syncing frequency also. Once you are done, once you've gone through all the steps, you click on Save Sync Bridge, and you should have your sync bridge up and ready. Something similar like this. So this is pause for now, But once the bridge is ready and you want to initiate a historical load right then and there, you have to click on Actions and run on Sync Bridge right now, and this will load all your historical data. I hope this video was helpful in in connecting your MailChimp with Snowflake. But in case if you have any questions and concerns, please reach out to us on datalakehouse.com and we'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.